Okay, let me get us recording. I'm gonna get started in a couple of minutes. Let me just you guys go in the group right now and type we are live and ready to trade. Okay, just go type on the group that we're live and ready to trade. Just type it on the group chat, Telegram group chat that we're live and trading. All right, just go type it on the group chat. Okay, so this will be our mark. I think we are 3 or 4 minutes in. What's it? I'm gonna hear some. I'm gonna hear some. I'm gonna hear some. Help someone, help someone, help someone. Put it on the group chat. We're live and ready to trade. I'm sharing my screen. Why is it not sharing? Yeah. Something is okay. Oh, it's not playing. All right. Okay, good. Okay, let me get hold on. Help someone, help some. Okay, good. So okay. So Zoom is but something is okay. Oh, it's not 20 playing. Seconds. Okay, good. Okay, let me get help someone, help some. Okay. Okay. That's kind of like Zoom is but something is okay. Oh, it's not 20 seconds. Okay, so there's about is it 10? About okay, that's about 20, more than 20. So there's about 25 to 29 seconds lag on YouTube. All right, that's what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so I believe you guys can hear me okay. Put 5 on the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, so all right, so what we're going to be doing today, while we live trade, we're going to be looking at the market. We're going to be scanning the market for trade using our scanners. All right, and we're also going to be, so the whole idea for today's trading is going to be trades and risk. Okay, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes while we're going to look at for trades, but we're going to be talking majorly on trade and risk. If you heard me, put it on the chat, whether you're on YouTube or you are live here on Zoom. All right, put it on the chat, trade and risk. What's happening to can you guys hear me? My bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go into the market. I want to make it quite fast and easy today. Okay, but wait, hold on. Did you guys go on the chat? Let me see those of you that are you can hear me, all right, and you follow instruction quite well. Hold on, where's the Telegram? Come on here. All right, so Samson Dogo, you did it. So every one of you right now, I need you guys to go on the Telegram channel and put we're live and ready to trade. Okay. let's get more people to just experience this. Sometimes there is, we're moving into 2026, you know, we're moving into 2026. Sometimes what you need to do as a trader is to figure out how you trading. Okay, is to be able to figure out how you trade. Okay, it is not really about knowing how to trade. It's about figuring how you trade. The moment you can figure out how you trade, you can grow on that. But sometimes many people are lost in the journey of knowing how to trade. Okay. And there is no ending for knowing how to trade, but it's easier to get to know how you trade. So one of the things, the reason I want to do this topic about trade and risk, what the basic concept of a trader every day is to find trades. Now, when they know how to trade, to find trades, the next level is begin to track the profitability edge of their trading. It means that's a trading approach. Okay, I need you guys to put approach on the chart. You first have to find a trading approach. So, and the trading approach is always geared to how you take your trades, how you find your trades every day. So there are different ways to find trades every day. Okay, either you're going to, I've built, over time, I've been able to train, or I've built a concept of 4 major ways to trade the market. All right, every single, attempt. So there are 4 major ways I've been able to build. There are many ways, but major ways is we have the technical approach, then we have the trend approach, then we have price action approach, and we have market structure approach. Now, technical approach is kind of like one of the most simplest ways, intermediate and basic. All right. Everybody understand the concept of liquidity, supply and demand. So you buy at support, you sell at, then you find your risk. Now, one of the things is when you're approaching your trading, if you're looking at trading, carry along that trading is not just about finding an opportunity to buy and sell, but a knower of if I buy here, what's my risk? So let your entry carry your risk. So when I trade or train on anything, I always like to carry the responsibility of also teaching how that same approach, okay, what is the risk associated with that same approach? So even if you are a basic person coming in, you should be able to tell, okay, if I get in on the trade right, this is my risk. Because as a trader, okay, if you are able to find your risk, you'll be able to find your leverage. Does this make sense? Put sense on the chart. I know I'm going to be saying some certain things, but if you're a basic trader or you're a new trader, this is going to be new to you, but I'm talking to traders because this is actually a trading day. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm talking on trades and risk. Okay, so I'm just going to be going into the market. I'm going to be showing you different things. So your first stage of learning or your first stage is you want to really get your approach right. Okay, because trading can be difficult when you're lost in the process of just trying to figure out how you learn all of this crazy things in the market. So just figure out how you're going to get into the market every day. Coming into today right now, have you bought or you sell or you sold? How did you buy? How did you sell? What was the risk attached to your buying and selling? Okay, what gives you an edge for buying and selling? That's basically your first attempt. Okay, something that supplies me the possibility of buying and selling every day. So one is, listen to this very quick. Okay, there are if you require your knowledge, it takes time to get a curve of how to buy and sell. But I'm just going to break it to you. It's very, very simple. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to get into the market right now. Okay, and we're going to look into a concept of technical. All right. You guys can see my screen, right? Put screen on the chat if you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen right now. Just type screen on the chat, screen. And what do you see? Like you're seeing my trading view, right? That's what I'm sharing right now, except I'm sharing something different. Okay. Okay, you guys are seeing my screen. All right, beautiful. So for those of you on YouTube, I know you're gonna be a couple of seconds late. All right, so but we're together. Let me get into the market right now. So this is technical approach. I'm just gonna go. So this is technical approach. I know I've done a lot of things. Let me clean this chart. So let's say I want to trade gold right now. Okay. I want to trade gold. I'm on gold right now. So this is a market on gold. So let's say I'm a technical trader and I want to trade gold. These are the different ways to trade gold. Now, there are ways you could use the raw market to give yourself analysis and you buy and sell. That is basically depending on yourself, depending on your knowledge of this concept of entry. So as a technical trader, this is what I'm looking out for. Okay. I go on a higher time frame. Now, you guys follow me very closely. A technical trader needs two things, supply and demand. Okay, so probably starting from the higher time frame, which starts the swing mode of the market. Okay, a technical trader will find where was the supply of the market, from the previous range. So that's what I just marked on my screen right now. Okay, and where was the demand? So these are two areas that control this huge range in the market. So this is a range of the market, and as a trader, you want to consider trading from range to range. Okay, so this is a sell range. Okay, and this is a buy range. All right. Now, what this means is when this market hit this high, it sold here. So this is also a sell range. Okay. Now, follow me closely. Okay. This is deep. This is a little more. This is deep. This is a little more deep. This is deeper. Are you guys following? Now, when you see this, a technical trader, okay, from a 4-hour perspective, would say this is the technical. This is where the market sold and it sold to this area. So this is technically the sell range. So what it means is, as a technical trader, you do not, this is the only analysis you do as a technical trader. Your approach is, where has the market sold before? And you're just going to get there and place a sell, okay? Whether a sell limit or a market execution, or you use what I call alarm system on TradingView. So it lets you know that when the market gets there, you sell. So how do you sell? Okay, you just place either a sell limit. So this will be my sell area. So I'm explaining this so you guys get the concept. So if the market came come to this zone, okay, so the moment the market comes to this zone, okay, it would have triggered my entry if I did a sell limit. And what's going to be my risk? Now, this is the advantage or the concept of technical trading. You're trading from zone to zone, range to range. Okay, it's easy to spot this area because why? That's what the market has done before on a 4-hour perspective. Now, what else do you need to know? Now that you know where to enter the trade, the next thing is, you've known from the market shaping where you want to enter. The next thing is you want to enter the market based on your risk. So what's going to be your risk for this trade to your reward? I need you guys to write risk to reward. Before you take your trade, understand your risk to reward. So for a technical trader, you're trading from, the concept is you're entering at where the market has sold before, and you are exiting at a risk to reward range. So the first thing is understanding your risk. Okay, I know I'm a little bit fast, but I'm preluding. So if this was the previous high, the next range is this high, which means if I'm entering here, I'm going to put my risk. Sorry, what happened? Okay, good. I'm going to put my risk above the previous high, and I'm going to enter at this present high. And what am I going to do? The minimum risk to reward to protect your account is 1-to-1. Okay, it means if I'm going to get into this trade, which is 151 pips, I'm going to get 151 pips. That would have been my execution in this market. I would have been in this trade as a technical trader, and this would have been my risk. So this is one way you can actually trade from a technical approach. You guys get what? You guys got to put 5 on the chart. Very easy. Now, Kenry, if the market refuses to sell here, where is the next place I'm going to sell? Okay, the next range of a sell that created this sell is here. So the next sell, probably now, okay, my approach would be, I'll put a sell limit here. But the reason I'm not going to just go into selling gold here is the concept is, when I take a certain area, the next area is my risk. But if you're looking at this area, this is gold's all-time high. It means if you're selling gold at this area right now, there is no prospect as to where was the previous high. So anything you're going to do here in gold right now, it means you're going to be assuming. And in trading, there are no assumptions. You're actually trading to repeat what you've backtested. That's what we call strategy. A lot of people have problem in trading because they're trading off emotions. If you have a concept, it takes away emotions and replace emotions with logic. Okay, every good trader is a logical trader. All right. So I know that I'm selling this area right now because there is a high, and that high becomes my risk, and that risk gives me my reward project. So I know that 1-to-1 is this. You guys get this concept. So now let me build it backward a little bit as a technical trader. All right. Now, Kenry, what if I want to sell? Just look out for what if I want to buy? Okay. So there are two things that happen in the market. The market either buys or it either sells. This is one of the easy approach. In fact, you're taking it from me right now. You probably think, oh man, I bounced into my trading journey, but this is the easy approach for basic traders to understand. You know what I said, and I need you guys to write this down. The first thing you have to do in trading is get your approach. Then after you get your approach, you study your approach to get your what we call your trading statistics data. What's your win ratio based on that approach? What's your result ratio based on wins and losses? Okay. So now if you trade this market or trade this approach over a period of 50 to 100 trades, and you're seeing that every major 4-hour supply or 4-hour demand that you're always engaging, okay, you're winning 65, 70% of that. It means that your approach is profitable. Put P on the chart if you got that. So the moment you get your data, you now move into investing. A lot of people invest too soon on something they are test running. And that is why they get hot in trading. Trading is not an emotional game, and it's not a race to make profit. Okay. First is this thing you want to trade. Have you proven that it's profitable to you? So Kenry tells you right about now, the market is going to say, I just taught you a concept. It's called the trading blueprint. What you do is that you backtest that trade blueprint by creating a data. Okay, so you can go back. So what you can do, oh, this is taking too much time. I didn't want to spend much time because I still have to go give you guys another concept. Okay, so what you have to do is, oh, Kenry, this concept is easy. Let me take a particular currency and now we go back and back test this same concept 4 hour. Anytime the market comes to 4 hour, I'll say. Anytime the market comes to buy 4 hour buy, I'll buy. And I will see how it played out over the last 3 months, over the last 4 months. Okay. I'll just go back and how do you do that? Very simple. What I just did right now is you can see this is a 4 hour range. When the market got here, so this is an area. I'll click a sell. It means I'll place a sell. When this market is here, I'm going to place a sell here. The market got to that sell. It rejected. Can you see that when the market got there, rejected? It means this sell didn't sell. Okay. This sell didn't sell. Now, another thing is if I was here, I'm going to place a sell here. Guess what? I need you guys to watch me closely. All right. So let's say this was my range. This is where I came back and I was back testing. Okay. So this area was a buy and this area was a sell. Okay, so if this area was a sell, I would have placed a sell on this area and I would have taken my risk here. So this would have been my risk. Now watch it. All right, this would have been my risk. I'll place a sell limit here. This would have been my risk. Now let's watch it. And this would have been my reward. 1 to 1. All right, it means this is 81 pips to get what? 81 pips. Let's see when the market came there. The moment the market hit that area, ladies and gentlemen, did the market give me 1 to 1? Let me know in the chat. All right. Did it prove that? Yes or yes? Beautiful. Okay. Now, if the market decides to go up, what's going to be my next area? Now, it did it again. This one succeed. Another one succeeded. Okay. What was the third one? Did it succeed? No. Okay. Now, the next area was this area. Did it succeed? No. It means you've gotten 3 out of what? You've gotten what? Is it 3? 2, 2. You've lost 2 and you've won what? 2. Okay. It means this one didn't succeed. Okay. And don't also forget the buy. At the same way, this was the buy, this was a buy area. Okay. I'm just being a little too fast because of I know we still have to trade. Okay. So this was a buy area, buy range. Okay. It means if the market comes here again, I'm just gonna place a buy. At the same way, in a shorter range, this was a buy. Okay. This area was a buy. It bought it, Okay. I wouldn't know. No, he didn't pick it because he didn't get there. Okay. So for the buy, this area would be my buy, this area would be my buy, this area would be my buy. Now, what you do is over time, if the market decides to come back, okay, this would be your buy, this would be your buy. But for gold has been in an all-time high. So all you just have to be doing is finding those areas. For some currencies, they are not like this. Gold is all-time bullish, so you may not really get good success rate on buy because why? The market is always projectively buy, except you're looking for consolidating pairs like currency pairs, Euro card, GBP card. So this is one way you can go back and use the 4 hour or the daily. I love to use daily, all right, but 4 hour will give you more trades. But that is the trend. That's actually the technical approach. You have to do it over a period of time to see how the result is. And you don't have to do it in real time first, which is funding an account and finding 4 hour areas and to trade. You can actually go back, just like I showed you right now. Go back. You can take the market to 2018 and begin to just follow every 4 hour major supply demand and look. Set your trades. You know you can actually trade in TradingView. You can set your trade ahead and it can tell you over 100 times you hit certain area. Wow, it played out 1 to 1. That's beautiful. It means you got a number. You can now fund an account and start your journey of following the same blueprint into the future. Okay, that is one way to be safe, not by assumption, not by emotions, but you now have a concept of entering the market, and based on you did it with risk, you can now start your risk. Now I'm going to move into something else. So you see, what I just showed you now is hard for a beginner. True or true? Be honest with me. All right, it's hard. If you're a beginner, you're just trying to learn, it's going to be hard because now you are using your knowledge, okay, finding the trades. It's going to take time. For you to even get 100 trades and trade 100 trades, it's going to take time. Do you guys agree with me? Beautiful. Now, another approach, okay, this is one of the, I taught this last week, okay? Another approach is trend approach. So every layer, I'll show you this. Every two major areas in the market sets a floor. So this is actually an area, okay? And this is an area. So when you see a market like this is an area, this is an area. Trader, when the market is trending, we set the third one to be an entry. So when I'm on a 4-hour, right? Good. Sometimes it's steep. Gold may not be my best exercise. So when you see here right now, this is, let me see. Did the market touch here? Okay, this is steep. I don't like steep market, but what it means is if this market had two they didn't really touch. Hold on. This approach is a little bit tricky, but watch it. This is an area, all right? This is another touch. The third touch is a trade touch. So it means if the market comes to this area, I would have picked a buy. Okay, every trend range or trend line is a floor for the bottom and a ceiling for the top. So what it means is my next touch here, I would have picked a buy and I'll put my risk, okay, and I would attract 1-to-1. So let's see if this gave us a 1-to-1. So this would have been my entry, okay, and this would have been my risk for the trade, okay, below the next area. And let's see if the market gave us a reward. I don't think it did. It did. No, it didn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this market hit, but it never gave me a reward. It bought, but it didn't give me, because for everything that I am risking, okay, I have to make that my reward. Best practice. Put 5 on the chart if you got that. Okay, so for this particular range, the market didn't sell. All right, now another one you can actually look at. So let's see, this is a trend. Okay, this is actually a trend. It means this is 1, this is 2. If this market comes back to this area, I'm going to be picking a buy. And if I pick a buy, any of this area, if it touches, I'll put the risk below. It's actually beautiful. It works most of the time, depending on the range of the market. If you're using this type of approach, trust me, it's going to take a while for you to find trades when you're looking at trend approach. Okay, but this is one way to approach the market. Okay, because of time, I would have given you guys a back test of how trends, okay, do work. Okay, for someone who's trading trend, all you need is to find two. How are you? Sharp knocks.
This is so super cool.
Super cool, right? Good. That is in training. Okay. So what you do is, so these two areas, okay, touch. It means, now watch. And trend approach has two variations: the reverse approach and actually the touch approach or the reverse approach. So when you look at this market, this was a touch. It actually touched twice. Okay. So this was, I'm on 4 hours. So this was a touch. This was a touch. Now this would have been the third one. Okay. So this was a third one. And guess what? It played out very well. Now, if you look at this and you say, oh, I'm still continuing, this was another one, all right? And if you had entered this one, now I'm just showing you guys this so that you guys see the hectic things we go through as traders. And many people are not willing to put in the work and they think trading is just a gamble. No. So if I was to enter this market at this area, this would have been, the next low would have been my risk, which is probably now this, okay? Hold on. So let's say this would have been my low. And these things are quite easy, just that traders are not willing to put in the work. So this would have been my risk, ladies and gentlemen. Did I get a 1-to-1 from here? Absolutely. Okay, so I got more than the 1-to-1 from here, and another one I got more than the 1-to-1 before it reversed. It means I've taken my profit before this market reversed. Now you want to watch this. Okay, this is still the trend. Now, if you look at this, that same trend on the reverse, when the market comes back, it has not touched one. Okay, so this is one touch, this is another touch. Okay, what are you looking for is a third touch. If you look at here right now, when the market came here, this would have been your sell. Just a quick one. Okay, this would have been a sell. Okay, this would have been your exit, next high, And guess what? Did we get a one-to-one from this market? Same trend, same reverse. So on reversal and on continuation, market played out pretty well. This is another way to actually trade the market. Trend. Some traders just trade this. Now, these are traders that are quite depending on skill, their skill. Okay, they want to use their skill to make the money very easy, which is a good way. You want to get that reinforcement that you really literally know how to trade. Okay, so this is one approach. There are four approaches, like I shared, but I only gave you guys a trend. Okay, and there's actually the price action approach, which is another beautiful, easy one. Okay, and that's my favorite. I've stayed on price action for a long time. Market plays out price action on two ways. Okay, expanding and consolidation. What does it mean? When the market is expanding, if the market breaks a previous high, that previous high becomes a concept of a floor. The market means the market will always buy the previous high, all right, the previous ceiling of an uptrend, and it will sell the previous floor of a downtrend. So how do you play price action? Very simple. All you just have to do is identify a high and a low. So when you see the market moves like this, comes back, okay, moves like this, comes back, this area becomes a projective what? Entry. Okay, so if I enter here, I'm going to put my risk here and I'm going to put my target one-to-one or the next high. So you see this concept, that's called price action concept. Market will always buy the previous, tend to buy the previous ceiling. So this is ceiling. Okay, it makes it a floor. It's called a continuation pattern. Now, it's the same way, the reverse is the same way. The market will tend to sell the previous floor, okay, of a downtrend. So this is a floor, okay, and it becomes a sell area. So if I trade here, I'm going to put my risk, all right, above this next swing high. Boom. And I'll go one-to-one or to the next low. You guys got this concept. Put 10 on the chart. Put 10 on the chart. I want to show you that. I want to show you that in a trade. Okay. Put 10 on the chart. Very easy concept too. Beautiful. So now let's find a trade of price action. Same gold. All right. You watch this. Now, market moved. I'm just doing it from here, okay? Created a low, created a high. Now, the concept is, if I am to buy, I was to buy from here. If that be price action. Now, I'm going to give you a variation of price action. It is okay to find a move in an established floor. So if a market has created a floor, let it break a floor, let it break a ceiling, sorry, okay, and create a new floor. Two floors gives you a foundation for a move, for a structure. Two floors or two ceiling. So if you look at this market right now, watch this. So I'll delete this. So this is a move, all right? So let me start here. Sorry, come here. One. So we have one and we have two, okay? So there is a third one. Look at what happened in the market. The moment the market comes to this one, because it already had two floors, it was easy for it to play. So this would have been my buy area, okay? Boom. And I would have taken the next floor. Sorry, I'm using a sell range. Okay, so that's another variation. So this would have been my buy area, and I will go one-to-one on the market. So this would have been my risk. And guess what? Did we get a one-to-one? Absolutely, we did, more than a one-to-one. So in the same way, so this is for an expanding market. So if you always go back in time, check it. All right, check it. So this is a move. Voila, boom, voila. Okay, boom. So we have what? 1, 2. Where's the next place to buy? Voila. Can you see what happened here? Vrim. All right. Can you see it played out? Put 2 on the chart if you saw that. Okay. So that would have been my buy. Okay. Here would have been my buy and here would have been my risk. Did I get a one-on-one? Absolutely. So you always do it when the market is expanding. Okay. And the market is the same way. If I started here, went boom, boom. So you see that the market came here and bought. It's the same way. So depending on the timeline you are, okay, this could be a good variation for you to trade. If you got something from that so far, we're going to the next thing right now. All right. Put 20 on the chart. So I want to show you guys something else. So what if it reverses? Okay, beautiful. There are so many what if in trading. I love that question. Is that Bisola? Okay, good. Now, why am I showing you guys this concept? There is a confusion traders experience. And the reason the confusion is there is because they are emotionally trading. So when there is emotionality in trading, you have a lot of questions. Okay, you begin to contend with more of your insecure question. You want everything to be perfect. No, trading is not perfect. Okay, you just perfect your entries. So you have to find your entries. So if I want to buy a certain area, what do I need to buy? The confluence, what I need to buy, okay, has to be proven before I buy. For every time I prove my buy, I am not emotionally or judgmental because why? I proved my buy. And why do I have to trust my proven buy? Is I have done it over 100 times. It showed a number. For every of those proven buys, sorry, I want to charge my sister. Am I educating you guys? Are you guys loving what I'm showing you guys? For every proven buy, now listen to this because many problems in trading is just they call it trading psychology. It's just you're lost. You don't know what you're doing. So if I am to buy a market, I find a way to buy. And over the next 3, 4 months, 6 months, whatever timeline, I did that buy and I got 70% accuracy, 60% accuracy. Now, this is laudable, but listen to me. I was showed a blueprint. I backtested the blueprint. I saw how it works. And I took our time to follow that same blueprint and I traded 100 trades. Not trying to make money, but I just wanted to prove that this thing that I've been taught works. And I traded 100 trades. Boom, I was told it works 75%, but I was even able to get 65, 60, 70. Boom, did I try? Be honest with me. Is that proof that it works? Yes or yes? Let me know on the chat. Okay, beautiful. Do you know something has happened the moment I get my result? Something has happened. It's no more someone told me. It's no more Holy Grail. I have proved it. And guess what? I've gained confidence to be able to get to 100. I've gained confidence in that concept. When a market comes tomorrow, I want to ask myself, what if it reversed? True or true? Am I being honest here? When I'm trading a market tomorrow and a trade comes, would I ask myself, what if it reversed? I won't. Because why? I've done it over. Okay. Oh, to get to 100, it means you traded for the probably 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 6 months. If you have 20 days of trading, it means if every day you find a trade, that's 20 days. For you to get to 100, that is 20 times 5. That's 5 months. If you have done something over a period of 5 months and you got a result of success, if you're trading tomorrow, you're not looking for a winning trade. Am I correct? Would you be looking for a winning trade or you be looking for a trade that fits the concept? True or true? Just let me know in the chat. We're getting educated here right now. And there's a reason I'm saying that. That's what a lot of traders don't do. Every day they show up in the market and they just find trades they want to win. And they don't even know if those trades will win or not. Because why? They've not proven their trading. They're gambling. Trading is a very good game. You just have to put in the time to prove your knowledge. Prove your knowledge. Okay? Give yourself time. There's a lot of money. Why? There's a lot of money you're going to make. Why gamble your entry? Okay, so that is one of the concepts that has graduated a lot of people. Everybody you see that is a success has a proven concept of trading. So they don't doubt themselves. I'm looking at the market right now. So this is it. I can be buying gold with a particular concept and I will be selling gold with a particular concept. It's same my money, same my account, but I'm buying and selling at the same time. That is how unemotional I've gotten in trading. Why am I buying and selling? The whole goal is not to win today's trade. The whole goal is to find today's trade based upon that concept. How many of you are getting a knowledge lift? Put one on the chat. If every day you come to find your trade, because you know that if you trade 100 times, you're going to win 70. Would you be looking for winning trades? The idea of people looking for winning trades is actually the gamble scenario in trading. So having said that, there's another easy way. Okay, we live in a very digitalized world today. So you guys can make the decision. So, oh, Kendrick, I would want to learn one of this concept or learn a variation of this simple concept and start my journey in trading. It takes time, okay? But that is one thing you need to do for yourself if you don't want to call yourself a gambler. And guess what? You can actually use gambling to make money. A lot of people are doing it well, all right? But there is never a sustainability in gambling. Okay, you're always afraid before you gamble. There is always a chance. Well, will you know that you're gambling? But if you really want to do this, all right, there is the right way. It takes time, it takes a process. Okay, and one of the ways to help a process is to use system. Now I'm going to just delve into my tools today. All right, so I've given you guys value. Put value on the chart. I gave you value knowledge. So that's something that could help you. Okay, gain value. So trading is about. Why did you take a screenshot? Sorry. Trading is about probability. What if you find something that gives you trading probabilities? Every day you come into the market, you just see something that buys. So one of the strategy I love very well, you guys listen to me, is price action. All right. Whenever the market, oh, I didn't even do that. I only did the expanding one. Okay, I didn't do the consolidate. Whenever market consolidates, is an opportunity. Anytime you see market consolidate, all right, within a range, when it breaks that consolidation, returns that's a sell. So that's what I did here. When a market consolidates, it is building power. So it broke, retested, closed, voila, that's money. Okay, it's the same thing. When the market consolidates, you look out for opportunities. When it breaks, now this didn't retest, it pushed. Okay, now, but if you check this was the high. Okay, kind of, I don't know, boom, it didn't, like, this was a slight touch. So this was consolidation sell. There was no consolidation buy, but what happened? This was price action. The market was a high here, it tapped it and it created a move. Okay, you would always see it play out. I don't know, I'm teaching you guys too much right now. This consolidation, voila. When market broke, retested, closed, voila. That's continuation pattern. Okay, it works most of the time. Okay, this was consolidation. So all you need to do is you can go back now, begin to back test the power of proving yourself. Break, retest, sell. So this was a sell, but rejected. Okay, so you just have to, for every time the market consolidates, most of the time it comes back, repairs those same areas. Okay, so this was a consolidation, broke below, retested, closed. This was a major sell. Okay, it sold the area. It works. It's a very beautiful way of trading. Okay, this was a consolidation. All right, when market broke, came back to retest it, went in. So it invalidated the consolidation. All right, but it's called a drawdown. It came back, sailed it up, it moved up. It's a beautiful way to actually get in on the market. It's one of my best ways. And this is why I'm showing you guys this. You may not know the next consolidation. What if you have a tool that shows you a consolidation? All right. Now, I've been able to study some of the tools we use in our system. Okay. I'm with a company right now. It's called GFO. What they have is trading scanners to give you trading probabilities. I can sit here right now and I can give you guys 20 trades. How many of you are like that? I see trading junkies. A lot of traders are junkies. And if you're not careful in trading, there's something that's going to happen to you. Many people are looking for trades. What you do is you build a concept of trading. Agree with how you want to trade and find a tool that assists you. Okay. So what I'm sharing right now, this is in our system, we have about 9 scanners. And they all have a role or an approach. Okay. So this is, I'm going to show you guys one of them, the first one, and it scans across all instruments, and they have AI assistance. So there is, it's built by a trading concept algorithm and AI assistant. Okay. So what it does is I spot position of buys and sells in the market and tell you, project it. It's called trading insights. That's what the scanner does. Now watch this. Okay. So this market has spotted a buy. Now, a lot of people over time, I've been in the trading environment for long, and I see people don't know how to use tools. Okay. Tools may be your leader, but it is best used when you're leading it. Okay. So there is an insight for a sell on what this is BTC USD. Okay. So let me go to currencies I like, but let me just use BTC USD for those of you who probably like crypto. This trade had called a sell. I just showed you guys something right now. What did I show you? Whenever the market is consolidating, there is an opportunity. That's what this has projected. So if you notice this right now, okay, this is a range up, and this is a range down. What this scanner is telling you is this area, which is the low of the previous. So if you look at this market right now, this area, it actually spotted this range. It's a range. If the market breaks below. So how I use this scanner is I've been able to realize that it spots when market is consolidating. I will wait for the market to break below the consideration and I will enter this trading insight. It's a very beautiful one. Okay. Now I will scan another thing so you guys get the concept. I always trade on 15 minutes from 15 minutes perspective. So depending on the time frame you put it, it's going to find a trade for that time frame. So I was on 5 minutes, it was calling a sell. Okay. Now on 15 minutes, it had called a buy long ago. Now you watch it. All right. Where did it call a buy? Now, this is what people don't understand. It called the buy from what? A range. So there was a high, there was a low. Okay. If you look at this right now, this was a range. What did it? So it spots the range and tell you if market breaks this area, that's a buy range. So what I need to do is apply what I'll call, because this is what people don't do. They just, okay, because it called a buy. It's an AI. It doesn't have emotions. It's programmed to do something that gives you insight. Learn that thing it does. Okay. So this is a consolidation. And I think this was actually the first, because this is actually 2 days ago from the look of it. Okay. So the market, that's why you're seeing this was a consolidation. This break above inspired this move. Okay. Because why? There was a consolidation. So this concept of this scanner, the best approach to trade this scanner is break of structure. So if the market spots the structure, so it's a scanner that will spot structure for you. All you just do is enter the break above for the buy or break below for the sell. So for this particular trade, okay, what you should have done or what you would have done is the moment the market broke above, this entry is activated. And look at what he did. He did TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, TP5. Okay, right about now on the smaller time frame. So for every time you see red, green, blue, or red area, or all this green out, it means this is a long. Now watch this. This was a good long. Where did the long come from? A consolidation. Are you guys getting this 2-5 on the chat? Okay, so whenever the market consolidates, if it breaks above, this was a good buy. Okay, now what I would do is I'm going to now get into the market. So I'm on crypto. I want to move to Forex. And I just want to do, let's search the market from AUD, or you guys can type pairs that you guys want to trade. My favorite pairs are around the USD. Okay, so Euro USD. So this is what you use the scanner for. You scan. So I want to trade. So let's say I want to trade Euro AUD right now. I can scan it on the 15-minute timeline. Okay, so if I want intraday trading between 5 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, can tell me, okay, what to do. So basically, look. Let's see what trade is calling on this. It's not showed up. Yeah. Nothing has showed up yet. We're good. So guess what? This trade has spotted a buy on Euro AUD. Okay. From where? A consolidation. So the market is consolidating. What this scanner is telling you, right? After this market consolidate, wait for a breakout. So this is all a consolidation. Do you guys agree with me? All this market is moving sideways. Wait for it to break. That's why it gave you an entry. All you need, what's the entry? Let it break above. On the same timeline, if the market breaks above, right, you got a trade. You didn't have to spot the trade. It may be hard for you. It may even be hard for you to spot proper consolidation because the market can have multiple. You can see this criminal right now. It has multiple, this is consolidation, this consolidation, this consolidation. So how do you spot? It's told you, okay, all of these ranges is consolidation. In fact, moving from this area to this area is a consolidation. Wait for break above, you get a good trade on a 15-minute time frame. And it gives you the invalidation below that range. Exit 1, exit 2 to all the way to what? Exit 5. Beautiful one. All right, how many of you are liking? So this is a probability. So if you are that person that likes price action, okay, spot a consolidation, wait for a breakout. This strategy or this scanner is your tool to use. Okay, because why? The best trade comes out of what? A ranging market. The best trades, the best swing trades, the best expanding trades, they come from what? A ranging market. Because whenever the market ranges, it has exhausted. So there are 2 phases in the market. Okay, there are 3 phases. The market expands, it corrects, okay, or it exhausts. So when the market is exhausted, it range. And then the period of range is picking momentum, is making decision. Do I want to buy? Do I want to sell? So anytime you see a breakout, there is a decision. A ranging consolidation means they are deliberating. But if there's a breakout, there's a decision. So the best trade comes out of what? A ranging market. Does this make sense? 2-5 on the chart. Okay, so this is one scanner with a concept. You don't have to have the knowledge of spotting the trades. So I could go over 20 currencies right now. It's going to tell me what to do. Okay, so on the 15 minutes now, it's telling me to buy. But on a 4 hour or 1 hour, it may be telling me something different. So let me go for 1 hour. Okay, and I'm telling you guys for a reason. All right, so let's see 1 hour what's saying in 1 hour. Guess what? In a 1 hour, it had called a sell. Where did it call a sell? It's already done TP2 in a 1 hour. Where did it call a sell? Up, guys, look at this. The market ranged in this area, and that's what called a sell for. So this market has been called since. It's been consolidating, but it has actually done TP2. Okay, and this was from not even, so this would have been, what day is this? Hold on. This is probably last week. Yeah, from the looks of it, because today is Wednesday. Okay, maybe on a Monday, all right? But this is where it called it. Why? There was a huge consolidation, and the breakout was the entry. So you can see that depending on the type of approach you come in with the market, sorry guys, I'm still on Instagram. Okay, depending on the type of approach, so if you want deeper trades, you go to higher time frames. If you want more swing trades that give you more probabilities, you go to higher time. But if you want intraday trade, you go to a smaller time, and it's going to tell you what to do. So this is one of the beautiful scanners. And guess what? If this market decides to buy above this right now, it doesn't have any motion. If the market breaks above this right now, it's going to be called for a buy. And that is why you have 5 minutes calling it for a buy right now. Because why? It has a consolidation. So it's depending on the time frame you trade. Okay, so 5 minutes is called it for a buy. Why? If it breaks, 5 minutes is even far. Okay, but it has called it. It means all of this nonsense is a consolidation. Okay, I love personally for me because I've looked through it. I love 15 minutes or the 1 hour. If I showed you this alone, I would have done you a whole lot of probably good value, but that's not all. Okay. We have this gold era where it basically does this for scalpers, people who I want to hit the market, scalp quickly, just see, boom, boom. That's what it does. All right. It calls the entry, it tells you where to enter, gives you an invalidation for scalper, high scalping tool for gold. Okay. It gives you the now this trade was called on a smaller time frame. If done TP1 and TP2, beautiful out. Okay. This for gold, it's golden era. Okay. Now we have the smart money, but another one that I've been fond using WolfFX. This guy is a criminal. Okay. This guy literally goes through all time frame and tells you what to buy from a 1 minute perspective, from a 5 minutes perspective. He tells you what to buy, okay, what to sell. And he stays on it till it does. So what's that? Okay, that's gold. So gold has. All right, so I think we may be getting a trade on gold. I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. So while I'm showing you guys the scanner, let me just do something quickly. Let me see what has been called on gold. Gold. I love gold. I was actually selling gold earlier on one of my concerts, but it decided to buy. All right, beautiful. Oh boy, I'm late. So on the 1 minute, sheesh. Sorry guys, just 1 second. Sorry, guys. So gold was called earlier today on the 1 minute. This 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes for buy. Okay, let me see 1 minute. Let me see 1 minute. 1 minute. What are you telling us? So 1 minute probably I've done 1, 2, 3 because it was called. Shit. Hold on. Yeah, it's heading to exit 3. It was called earlier the day for a buy. From where? A consolidation to. So whenever the market consolidates, so this is not really a consolidation. What this market does is I spot areas of high. If you look at this, this was a high. When market comes, breaks a certain high, because that's it. That's why it was called for a buy. So this was actually the entry zone. And it has done exit 1, exit 2. It's moving to exit 3. All right. Very easy one. It's very easy to find it's very hard to find a strategy that works on the smallest of time frame. This is what the strategy does. Okay. And it will not exit. The beautiful thing, there's a difference between this one and the other one. Okay. This one is not just the AI infringement is not thick on this one. This one, when it spots a particular idea, it stays on it till it breaks either. It will only leave if invalidation has been executed, or it spots another trade if the exit has been reached. Does it make sense? So the moment this reaches exit and it consolidates or breaks a certain area, it's going to call another trade on 1 minute. It may be a sell, all right? Apparently, the next trade is probably going to be a sell when it breaks a certain area. So it has broken this area. It has hit TP3. So now, over the next couple of minutes, you're going to find another trade, because why? It has hit its target. But if it doesn't hit the target, it's not going to leave this trade. So you know why a lot of people love this trade? Because why? You can use it for your probability. For every 10 trades you see, okay, if you trade this, you win 7. You do 20, you do 50, you do 100. Because why? Every day you come, you're going to find a trade. So if you find a scanner that gives you a trade, the concept is already established by the scanner. So you don't have to conceptualize your own idea. Okay, it has a way of calling you the buy. So all you need to do is every day, if I take a buy on the 1 minute, okay, over the next 100 trades, if I get 70%, you can now invest. Easy, because why? Something does the probability for you. Okay, now that is an easy way for a beginner to logically get off earning money, or get into earning money while they learn the skill. So while you are using this to make money for yourself, it's unemotional. You can now begin to find a concept you can build for yourself, and you can earn with it, proving to yourself, because it may take a while. It may take a while. What I showed you earlier, guess what? It's going to take a while for you guys to start tomorrow. But tools like this, you can actually get started tomorrow. Okay. The only thing you just have to do is, these tools are these. Oh, wait. Hold on. If I go. Let me check what the 1 hour is saying. So 1 hour might be a different story. Just a moment. We don't have a trade on. Okay. Oh, 1 hour just started. 1 hour has a swing. So why 1 minute? Sheesh. This is late too. I would only love to get in on this trade when it breaks this zone. It's a fine move, but not until it breaks this zone. I wouldn't want to get in on the buy, because it goes far. It's a swing trade. Okay, but it has to break this. It's in a state of consolidation right now on the 1 hour time frame. So what I would love to do in gold is just wait for a break of structure. Let it break above this area. I'm going to get in, put my invalidation here, and that will be my next move on gold, because it has a projection to go this. And it's the same way. If it decides to sell, I'm going to look out for a sell. If it breaks this area, trust me, gold is going to fall down. Okay, so but 1 hour has already done TP1 from this move. Okay, and it's not going to leave, okay, this 1 hour until it comes to exit this. All right, or probably break this structure. Then it's going to redesign a new trade. Okay, but this is something you can use. So 1 hour you're swinging, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, you are what? You are actually what? Intraday trading. So every day you find a trade. Okay. So this is one. So this is one among the tools that's smart. Monix. All right. That's the same thing it does. It's fine. It's a trade finder. All right. You can use it to trade crypto, trade gold. Okay, I've never used this one, but there are students that are using this guy, and it's amazing. It's crazy. Okay, but at the same time, I said this in the beginning of the call. Okay, you want me to check G? Okay, I'll check G before I go. Sorry, someone raised their hand. I'm coming. I'm going to ask a question. There is a concept if you notice the thread and the line of what I showed you right now is you're going to find out that you will want to know how to trade. But this is the problem with knowing how to trade, okay, and knowing how you trade. I just showed you how you find ways you trade. You don't need to know how to trade before you know how you trade. Get an approach, understand the approach, then start to practice. You're going to know how to trade while you're practicing how you trade. Okay. But there is a problem. The challenge is when the money game gets in. Many people don't know that the first stage of a trader is not to earn money. You would earn money by, it's going to take a while for you to earn money with the skill. So what you can do, the first stage for you is to leverage. Okay, leverage earning money. Signals may be a way to go. All right. Find someone or find a system that can share trading ideas with you, and you can use the same concept. How is their trade ideas? Out of 100 trades, how do they win? When you see tools like this, tools that are established in systems like this, they have been proven. There is no every tool in. I'm not even saying our system right now. Like when we started off, one of my first educational platform. All right, if you go back, the good thing, if you go back every tool, they will not establish a tool that doesn't win over 65%. The problem with traders is they are looking for wins. The tool was established. So every tool in every system, not just my system, was designed. It will not be designed as a tool if it doesn't have a win ratio. It has to pass a win ratio record for it to be designed as a tool. That's basically for any system. I'm not just saying my system. Okay. So what you use system for is to leverage, but you can't leverage, okay, if you do not know how you trade, because you don't know the trade you will win, neither do you know the trade you will lose. So why look for winning trades when you can just find the proportion? If I have $100, if I trade 100 trades from this tool, I am going to win 60. What does that mean? If I win 60, I just got 60. I only lost 40. You will make money when you take the trades. So know how to take the trade. So you don't have to. So what it does for you is you don't have to know how to trade, but you can just leverage scanners, leverage system, leverage signals. This will help you make money from your week one in trading. And it helps take those emotions away, because why? The emotional curve of learning and using these baby skills that have not been groomed to make money is a double-edged sword against you. But if you find leverage, today there's been different signals, different trades call, and all you needed to do is find your one or your two trades, and you're done. You can go about your activity, or you get into your learning without the emotion of, I need to know this thing for myself immediately. So you can leverage. I tell people, leverage to earn. If there is a good system that shares signal with you, leverage. We have an app. Different educators call trades in that app. Gold, indices, different. All you need to do is find one that is consistent. Ask questions, because there are people who have used them. You may not have used them. When it comes to signal, when it comes to chart, I can go back. I don't need to ask someone. I can go back and see what it is. But when it comes to signals or scanners, I may not know, because why? It's an AI. It always updates. I may not go back to back test what it has done. But guess what? I can ask someone who has used them. Okay, and they can share their result proportion with me as, okay, beautiful. Let me start my journey with this particular scanner. This will be my risk to reward plan. And you do it over the next 1, 2, 3 months. That could start earning you money. Don't be greedy. You can make money from trading from week one. But all you need to do is separate your knowledge, okay, from your leverage. So when you come, leverage for the next 1 year, make money. See, traders share this inner pride. And that is because traders have been conditioned. There is this evil demonic mindset out there. It is called self-made. People tend to want to build wealth, and they are idolizing, I know how to do it by myself. Because why? Because of how society has taken this thing called trust. People don't trust people to even learn anymore. So any little way, they want to figure it out by themselves. Let me tell you one truth. Something does not change truth. Truth changes everything. So despite the fact that someone has betrayed you, you paid for mentorship, someone didn't train you well, you gave money to people, or people are untrustable, is doing something to you, stealing something to you that you need for your tomorrow. Wealth was built by principle. Wealth can only be built by principles, and wealth has nothing to do with self-made. Okay? Spiritually, physically, structurally, there is nothing about wealth that is self. Wealth is a system, and every system requires structure. Every structure is built by people. So you must learn to trust people. Even the scripture says, follow those who through faith and perseverance. The secret to getting there is following. You have to trust a process. And a process is created by people. Okay. Now, the journey of trusting people or trusting system is now on you. You must learn to experience failures. You must learn to experience risk, because through failures and risk, you learn how to do better tomorrow. It means you have to invest trust. Okay. Don't try to win. Just try to learn. You get better. But then when you pick up all of these pieces of getting better, you improve the system. This is what I can tell traders, because I see people, what they do is, I just taught something here right now. What majority of people are going to do is they're going to begin to take this knowledge, do it on their own, and they want to get result. I'll give you this. This may be my last thing before I go. I'll show you before I go into the chart again. I figured out over the years, the result you're not getting is because it's not because you're not doing the process right. That's an alarm again. All right. It's not because you're not doing this thing right. It's because you are not right for doing this thing. It's two different things. Me and you may do one thing. We are not bound to get the same result. We may do the same thing. When I came into the system, I learned a certain way other people learned, but other people didn't get the kind of result I got. Have you guys figured out that? Many a times you see you in a system, you're doing what you're told, you're following this, but you're not getting result. How many of you have been there? Be honest with me. You're not getting the result, but you feel you're doing what's required. But at some point in time, you just break. You just make one simple mistake. You just get up. You know why? Many people won't tell you. But this is the side of success many are not willing to hear. Your result don't come from your process. Your result don't come from your skill. Your result reflects you. I'll say that again. You can never get a result outside of you. Every one of us, we have a bank. What you have deposited is what life will give to you. So you may go learn trading and get all of the best strategies, all I care. But you can only prove the result of your personality. So if you have not invested in yourself, upgraded yourself, what you think about money, are you wealthy in mind, wealthy in spirit? You will be wealthy in body. But if you lack in mind, you lack in spirit, guess what? You're void in body. You can learn the best strategies out there. You will still be poor. Even if you earn, all right, money, you cannot retain it and it cannot be duplicated. So at the end of the day, while you chase this struggle, you want to phantom the idea, okay, of developing your mind, your spirit to empower your body. Who you listen to, who you follow their instruction, who you are connected to, the environment you place yourself, that's your developing. You grow by these things, and the things you do reflect the result of that growth. That's why I tell people, get into environments that people are developing. There are people who are above you. There are minds that are beyond your reach. There are people that have attained the things you've not done. When you get into such environment and you do the things those environments are doing, you get their result. It's impossible for you not to get their result. The only way you're not going to get result if you do the thing they are doing is when you are not invested. You've not invested that environment in you. You've not invested that voice, that mentorship. You're going to glide yourself. You find yourself producing the same result you've been producing. It's not because the system is wrong. It's because you're wrong. All right. So having said that, I'm just going to move into, let's see, one or two things you guys can grab. All right. So the market is breathing right now. The market has been struggling since morning, consolidating up and down, but I think it's ready. It's already moving. I think it's, look at gold. Gold that just sprung up is dropping down again. Okay, I'm in daily. I'm in 4. Let's move to 15 minutes. I don't know why I'm obsessed about gold. That's where the money is right now. So GU, oh boy. Oh boy, let's see. Oh man, these guys, they have all expanded. So let me, I'm on 15 minutes. Let me move to 1 hour. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I love this candle. It was news. Ah, this was beautiful. I'm actually in this cell and I like it. Okay. No, no, it has already hit TP. This was TP level. Why is my, okay, I didn't put a range. German 30, same thing. Okay, they're all selling right now. Hold on, guys. Okay, hold on, guys. I believe we should have a trade on German 30 for a sec, but the risk will be too much. We should have a trade on German 30, German 30, German 30. Let's see. German 30. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. German 30 should be bearish. Pulling back neutral. Okay, so this is powerful. What is gone is far gone. It's dangerous to get in right now, but let me see if there's a new. Are you new? Are you new? No, 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 no. This was spotted for a buy. It has to break this for a buy, man. It's not a sell yet. Let me see smaller time frame. I know the smaller time frame might be selling. Okay, so guess what? Okay, so we have a new entry on German 30, like I told you, is spotting a consolidation. Now, watch, what's the consolidation? So we have a trade on German 30, is bearish. Okay, there was a previous high, it bought from here. So if you look at this area right now, this is a zone. Okay, this is what I can tell you over the next 15 minutes. So what's this candle? How many minutes? In the next 5 minutes, if this candle could break below this area, all right, you see where I put this? So you guys can put a line, get that price on your German 30. That will be your entry. If this market could break below this low, it's going to be a good sell. Okay. That's what has been spotted right now. This is a consolidation. This market just spotted a sell in 15 minutes, and it's going to be a good trade if the market could break below this area, German 30, and you could use a one-to-one on this trade. Don't be greedy. Okay, so that's a good trade. Let it break and use this high and go one-to-one. So that's what I do, irrespective of what this kind of calls. Okay, I always like to just go one-to-one. So one-to-one is going to be exit rate. All right. That way, for every risk I get, I take the same proportion. Does this make sense? So this would be my trade on German 30. Okay. Just allow it break this floor. So if you guys are wondering, this is a floor. Allow this market break this floor. That is how to take this trade. Okay, that's one of the ways or best ways to trade. You can actually get in on an entry right now because it actually broke this floor. But guess what? It could reject this because why? This was a previous ceilings. Price action, it could repeat this and go back up. Like 1 hour has spotted a buy, so don't be blind. Okay. But if this have to move, this is going to be good. Did you guys get this? Put 100 on the chart if you got this. What news is that, please? I don't look at news. I don't trade with news. Okay. I don't trade with news, but I don't know. I believe there is news right now, but I don't trade with news. But I knew the market is always consolidating. I sense there's going to be news. All right. So this is German 30. It's locking around the area. All you need to do is wait for this guy to close below. You got a good price. You got a good entry. Okay, the next trade I'm going to look at is GBP USD. So you can take a screenshot of this, or let me just set it here, German 30. It's the same thing. Allow price to break below this area. It's going to be a good trade. Okay, so that's it here. Let it break below this area. You get a good trade. This is It has over 150. I don't like the risk though, but the reward is quite not far. So this is going to be it. You can take a screenshot of it. Voila. So I can put an alarm. So what I do when I get this probability, I just put an alarm. I put an alarm. What the alarm does for me is it lets me know when it's approaching that area, when it's breaking. Okay, so let me look at G. I looked at GU already. GU is expanded this morning. Yeah, it's expanding. It's neither consolidating. Nothing is happening on GU right now. It has expanded, moved. All right. Yeah, it honored this. It's consol. Oh boy, hold on. Let me move to. Oh, GU. Hold on. All right. So this is what I can tell you on GU. Okay, it's not a. So GU is not a what I would call quick run. Okay, so this was previous high, broke, retested. This is a buy. It's already in a buy. Consolidated the buy and created another consolidation. So I'll just use a price action on GU. Okay, this was a previous ceiling. If it breaks, if it retests here right now, I'm going to continue buying GU. The next thing is look at where it's going to buy to. So this is a good area. So where is it buying to? Okay, so this is another area I can come to. So this is it. When market comes back to this area, I'm going to pick a buy here, okay, and take the market up here. But before I buy, three things I consider in trading is position will tell me my potential. I need to know the potential for me. If I buy there right now, do I have a position to get one-to-one out of that trade? Because if I buy here, this is going to be the next target, okay? What's going to be my risk? This is going to be my risk. Okay, I got it. It's a good trade. One-to-one is out of it. So that's what I would do on this trade. Okay, so I'll wait for the market to come back, hit here, open a new candle as a buy, voila, that's it. You guys got it? But I got it on the chart. Any question? All right. And it's going to probably happen today. I'll drop an alarm on this guy. So that's an approach. Okay. And guess what? What would I do if I'm going to take this trade? This is the, I forgot to say that. You know, I talked about risk. I talked about trades and risk. Part of risk. One of the bad practices traders do is, you know, I mentioned that they are trading junkie. Another category of bad practices in trading is trade piling. All right, trade piling. You write this down. Let me explain. Because there is no proper approach. What traders do is they pile every entry in one account. If your account cannot design your growth, you are a gambler, period. So I said I'm going to buy GU right now. The question is, where am I going to buy GU? Will I just trade GU because I have a live account? No, my live account is for a purpose. My live account is to document my skill. So if I am trading price action, there's a live account that documents price action. So I only get in on. So I don't even have to write my trades down. When I come back 3 months and I see all of my trades, I can see, oh, 3 months I've won so this thing. Because why? My live account or my account should tell the story of my approach. If you come back 5 months, 3 months later, and all you saw was win and loss, and you didn't know how you won and lost, why you won and lost, you just gambled 5 minutes. Bad practice. Don't just trade to make money. Trade to understand your trading approach. When you can master your trading approach, you can invest in it. Okay, you can scale. You can only scale what you've documented. Some of you have mad, beautiful trading strategy, but you've not proven it. Hence, you can't scale it. You can't even invest in it properly. Because why? You are neither here. You bought this thing, give you signal, you collected. This one gave you signal, you collected. You win this one, you lose this one. So you are just up and down. You're hoping. And it means if you're trading based on hope, you are a gambler. I'm not trading hoping. Okay? There's no room for hope in trading. Trading is logic. It's a repetition of what has happened before. So what has happened before are you documenting? If you could get a documentation of what has happened before and it repeated itself, so the first stage is get 100 trades. The second stage is repeat it. If you get the same 100, the result you got in 100 trades, that's a proof. Okay, it means you can invest in it, you can scale. So let's say my first run of 100 trades, I was using one-to-one. And my one-to-one, I was using 1%. And I got 70. And I did it again. I got 100, I guess 70 out of 100. Okay. And I got the same result. Do you know that if I'm trading, I could decide to increase my risk to 5%? Because why? I know if I trade 100, I'm going to get 70. That would have increased our scale because I have proof of work. This is what many traders are not willing to do, because why? They don't even know they need to do this. This is where knowledge comes in. All right. As you guys are in this group, there are many things that I'm willing to do. What I'm trying to do, or what I'll be trying to do in the coming months, coming years, is I want to educate not your work, but your mindset about how you work. Because everybody's working. Many people are trading, but not many people are getting results. That's the truth. Many people are frustrated, not because they're not willing, not because they don't even have the money to put in. They're just wasting. Because why? The mindset of how they trade is not educated. So when I do classes like this, there's something I'm only trying to pass to you. Or reorient your mindset towards this same activity we are both doing every day. It's profitable. Trading is profitable, like so profitable. Trading is liberating. Everything you thought about trading is true, but not every true you're going to achieve if you do not follow the ways of truth. There's a process to truth. It will first. So it's either it's going to poison you or it's going to process you. You have to choose, but two things must happen. It will poison or process you. Same thing that processes you is the same thing that poisons you. Now, the question that you may ask Henry is, how do I know it's poisoning me, or how do I know it's processing me? Okay, when it's profiting you without going through a process, you're poisoning, you're being poisoned. It's just a matter of time. The effect of the poison is going to show up. All right. Think more about process, because process creates solutions that are long-lasting and retainable. Okay, but poisons, even if you're cured, you're lost. I rather spend 5 years following a process than spend 6 months to get profit. Because why? That profit is poison. I wasted 6 months just to get profit. I rather invest 5 years to get a process, because if I get that process right, it's a legacy. It can never be taken away. I can pass it on. I can create something, lose it, and get it back. You know why? You know why a rich man will tell you, take everything you have from me and I get it back? Because their wealth was built on a process. There are not many traders today can give, if they blow certain account, or they lose I know traders that have lost and they couldn't regain themselves, because why? It was all a trick. Okay, so how you get into 2026? Make a decision, an honest one. Do you want to be rich through trading? How many of you want to really be rich through trading? You're here right now. You want to be rich through trading. You want to be rich. You would love to attain riches through trading. Let me know in chat. I figured that out. All it took me to change the person that I am was to answer the right question, or was to be in an environment where the right question was asked, because I knew for myself that I was someone who was willing to follow instructions. Okay. So this is what I can tell you. We can all agree. So for those of you who said you want to be rich through trading, I want us to agree on something. If you agree with me, you've been trying to be rich all along, through. This is not your first time you're answering this type of question. This is something you've been trying to do. So it's not just like you're coming on this session and this is your first time you want to try. You've been trying all your years. Some of you have been in the journey of 10 years. You've been in this 5 years. You've been in the journey. I'm not just talking trading. The question was reflected by trading, but it's not from trading. Okay. So if you're here, I want us to come to a common ground. You've been doing it. It's not working your way. Can you agree with that? Be honest. Sometimes all you need is acceptance and honesty. You've been trying to do this your way, but it hasn't worked. Let me know in the chat if you're that person. Okay. You've been trying to figure this out your way, and it didn't work. Let me give you an expo. And sometimes it's not really about money, but this would always work. All right. This would always work. So over the next 3 months to 6 months, dedicate the first half of 2026 and what you want to do. Don't try to be a perfect trader. Don't try to learn strategies. Go under the wings of someone who can guide you. Give the next 6 months to mentorship. It's the best advice I can give anyone. There are layers and levels of mentorship, but find someone who has results. If it's in trading, they have a strategy that works, and they can teach you how that strategy works. Okay? Now, don't go in to learn the strategy. I need you guys to take this very serious. Don't go in to learn the strategy. If the strategy works and it worked for them, it may not work for you. I promise you. That's a high probability. So don't go to learn the strategy. Everybody who proves a strategy has an essence to that strategy. What you want to do is learn that essence. And the way you duplicate essence is by following instruction. Sometimes what you need to prove to yourself is that you have the ability to change. I didn't get to, in fact, I can tell you, I was in trading. I didn't get the result of trading till I got the result of mentorship. All right. Excuse me. Are you guys with me? Just a moment. I have a delivery that I am. So what you want to do, anything I share with you, I'm sharing from the perspective of need to desire, not product. Okay. So I want to share things that it's a process. So I got my result. I've been in trading, but I was going back and forth as a trader, even despite the fact that I was a coach. Okay. I didn't really get the result of my coachhood, my knowledge in trading. So I was passing my knowledge. Guess what? People were even making money from my knowledge. But guess what? I wasn't the result of that knowledge. I was making money, but the level I was, my result did not align with that level. I'm being honest with you guys right now. Some of you think you just need to find a way to make $100. That wasn't my problem at the time. Before I came into trading, I'd already done 6 figures in US dollars. So, and I had the knowledge that people were using to make millions, but I wasn't even making consistent thousands. I knew I was getting something wrong. Until I figured out, right, like in this environment, I've not produced myself. Okay, so what I did was I intentionally funded my process of growth. I went in the journey of growth in mentorship. I lost everything eventually. Okay, when I lost everything, that is why I actually found myself. Okay, things happened. I lost, but I gained back. How did I gain back? I gained myself. The development I just followed instruction. Whatsoever I do, my mentors knew everything I was doing, even to the details of my trading, the monies I was earning, how I was investing it. I got money mentorship and I started producing results in trading. The same, I didn't learn any new skill. The same year, 2020, okay, I never learned any new skills. The same thing I was teaching, all right, but I was not doing well. When I figured these things I'm telling you out, in 3 months, the first 3 months of everything I lost in 2 years, I did 300% of it in trading. I didn't learn any new skill. Your result is a reflection of your development. So what I'll tell you, how do you develop yourself is one way. Personal development is not really personal development. When you see the word personal in it, okay, people think, okay, I need to get into the journey of personal development. You see, leaders get into personal development. If you are a baby, you are not yet in this environment, what you do is you get into a coaching system. Be coached. Follow the scriptures. Follow. Find someone to tell you, this is how you go this direction. And what you want to do is not get the result of going that direction. Is, can I go this direction the way this person told me? At least let me even prove the person that what you told me, I did it, but I did not get results. Okay? Just do that. Get a risk manager. If your coach is not helping you with risk management, tell them you want to learn risk management. In all of my strategies I teach right now, I tell people position, strategy, risk. So I don't teach you off. Everything I taught you right now carries position. So I will know even before I buy, I know. I just told you price action. I told you what will happen if I would buy. That's position. Okay, so I know what to do before I would buy, and I know my potential if I buy. That's risk. Then I'll tell you how I enter. That is skill. That's strategy. So it means it's a full package. So you get on this journey. I'll show you and I'll tell you, go do 100 trades over the next 3 months. I just want to see in 3 months if you're going to bring me data of 100 trades. Then I'll tell you the next thing to do. You can't get on this journey and in 2 years, you're not trading with well over a portfolio of $200,000. Because that is a blueprint. I have a blueprint to get you within the space of 2 years to this amount. The question is, would you dedicate your first 6 months to follow that blueprint? Or you just want to learn how to get to $200,000? What will be your answer? It's all dependent on you. But go through. That's what I'll tell you to go through in 2026. Find someone. Now, I may be expensive for you, or my system may be expensive for you, but it doesn't go down that way. Okay, what I'm telling you has nothing to do with me, but I can tell you this. Do you have someone you know that you can connect with that has a blueprint that you can follow and you can afford? This communication I just said has nothing to do with free. It doesn't come free. Okay, there are things you can get free, like this training. You just got it for free. But when it comes to coaching, it is not free. You have to find a coaching system that you can afford, but let it have a blueprint. So if you have a mentor that can give you a $50 monthly coaching, go get them. And what you want to do, not get their result. What are they doing to get their result? Learn it. And make sure you have an accountability system. Cambry, what does this do to me? If a system cannot process me, it can't profit me. All right, are you guys with me? What many people are skipping is the processing. I was processed before I got profit. If I had got, guess what? Before I was processed, I had gotten profit, but I never retained them. That's the most painful thing. Do you know what it is to be a rich person and people know you to be rich, only to enter into your doors and your account is empty? You are low on rent, but people see you to be rich. It's a shame. Many of you don't want to experience it. I know some of you would have experienced it. Outside of trading, you attain certain level, but things happen. You are normal at that level, but people see you at that level. It's a shame. I mean, if you can attest to what I'm saying right now. The rich fear falling than growing. Put 5 on the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Many of you right now, because you are on the floor, you are only thinking of climbing. Okay, but you're going to get to a place you don't want to fall. Your fear will be to fall. You'll be afraid of falling. So why don't you learn ways to grow without having to fall unawares? When I got to 6 figures in income in 2018, it was the most dangerous period of my life. 2018, my making that money gave me momentary bliss. but it was the most dangerous, the heaviest of fears, the heaviest. I lost more money because why? I was afraid. I didn't know, like, I didn't know how to invest. I only knew I earned that money, but there was no structure, there was no process. I lost it all within the space of 2 years. It was painful. Today, I can never be poor. I couldn't say that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2018. I couldn't say that. But right about now, you take everything from me, just give me 2 years, you see more. Because why? I don't have fear of falling because I can never fall. I'm built by process because I learned through coaching. For Forex or not, systems will give me money because money comes from me. Anything I learn, I will succeed. If I go into art, if I go into development, if I go into anything, because why? I am the one that produces because I've learned things. So what I do is any field I want to get into, I get a mentor in that field and I duplicate them. It may take me a year, it may take me 2 years, but the moment I do, I am them. Can you say that about yourself in 2026? That you want to become the reflection of your mentors? How do you do that? Get into their umbrella and follow their instructions with a minimum of 6-month timeline. You would have changed yourself. If you wake up every day and I expect something from you, and all you do is you come deliver it to me, say, Mr. Kembry, I've been able to do that. I did over this week, I did 5. Okay, this was my result. And I'll tell you, okay, let's do this next week. We do that for 6 months. You can never be the same. It's not about results. The same way we can come on this market and we can backtest 10 trades. Next 10 days, and we'll backtest these 10 trades, another 10 trades, and it can give you same result. It's the same way you can get a same result with someone who trades a certain way and they can teach you the process and the blueprint. You can get their result, but you have to follow the process. Any question? That's about my time. Okay. I hope today's trading Wednesday was beautiful. He said, how can I be under your umbrella, sir? All right. I think there are about 3 ways. There are about 3 ways. One is by community. So what I did right now, you're under my umbrella already by becoming a member of my community, which means anything I'm going to do now into the future that I'll begin to extend into this is called the general team community mentorship. Okay. You are indirectly benefiting because I am direct here and you are indirect to me. So you're benefiting that way, okay? But it is not connected. There cannot be an accountability system, all right? Neither can you get a blue. So the most important thing about coaching is accountability. It's not really what you're going to be taught. It's the accountable way of how you're being taught. So that is the one thing missing in this team mentorship. Okay, there is no personal blueprint. Now, that is one. The other way is what I call team mentorship. So there is a system or system mentorship. So I have a system. If you join that system, because I have a team in that system, and our core purpose is to grow you the way I train. Okay, so you have access to what I call my team mentorship. And that team mentorship brings you access to accountability. So all my team members have an accountable system to learn from me. And I tell them if they are what I'll call instruction worthy, because I'll give everybody an instruction, but I am the instructor, but you are the student. I can instruct, but my instruction does not coach. It's the student that takes my coaching. So if you are in my system, I give instruction and you come back to say, oh, sir, I've been able to do this and do this. Okay, this guy needs an instruction. So you can get that through team mentorship. Okay, because I'll give you a blueprint when I know you have the hunger. That's access. You already have access to me because of our teams, our system. So that's the second way. The third way is you want to go all in on personal coaching. Okay. Now, this is what I'll say. Personal coaching is off, it's not open. Okay. I choose those that I'll mentor. It's not something I sell. It's something I choose. Okay, so I don't market it. You only go there and you see me market coaching because why? That's a reflection of my personality. I choose the people I want to mentor, and I want to know you have the criteria for that choice. So what I did is I submitted myself to a system where everybody can access me by choice. Okay, so I have classes training, and now if people want to grow, because I figured out that at Cambridge, you got to where you are today because there was a system that gave people access. And I bought that access, and that gave me the training and trading mentorship that I had today that have built me to who I am. So yes, I have personal mentorship, I have team community mentorship, and I have system mentorship. So those who choose to join the system that I educate and I train on would automatically get access to my community, personal community. And with that personal community, you have personal access to a great extent. So that way you buy into my accountability system. So what I'm doing in other words, I could say this, all right? What I would do, 70% of what I would do in a personal coaching, I'm doing in a team mentorship just because you got access to a system. To me, that's a movement. All right. So the tools that you require, because why? Why do I love that? Henry, why? You require a system to grow. You require a system to connect. Okay. So one, there is tools. Then two, there is community. Then three, there is people. There is strategies, education. Okay. So that's what systems gives to you. So with our system right now, the GFU system, you have access to education, not just my education, variety of education, ranging from crypto, forex education, mindset, social media, marketing. So if you pick a niche, you would have a mentor. But me, I am a mentor in that system. So if you say, okay, Cambridge, if you get access to that system, you get access to me. Now, the second thing that will be done is you won't be alone. I'll bring you into a tailored community where you can follow my guidance if you choose to. So you are not really buying into my personal mentorship, but I have a system you can gain it. So that's why I give people access. So you join, you register, you're in. So those are the three variations. You just have to make a choice depending on, all right? Does that make sense? He said, how can you, Mr. Cosmos, so do I have to have this? Would you have to join this conversation and hear me talk like this before you know that this is what you required? You can actually reach out. Okay? Cosmos. Samson, he said, I've been following. Okay. Samson, how are you doing? You're already a member of the system as well. Samson here is a member of a system. Okay. And I believe you're enjoying it as well. Correct. I think I got Samson. Yeah, that's Samson, right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see you guys on our next trading day. But the best people are those that take decisions. Every day you are a process of decision. Every day. Every day. Your 6 months later is a build-up of the actions you take based on the decisions you align with. Okay? You're a product of the decisions you made or you didn't make. Today has given you an opportunity to decide how's your 2026 going to look in trading. You may think you're already in it, but what's your decision you're working in? Are you working alone or you're working with a team? God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye-bye.